As you can see, I'm very sexy today. Here's the deal. A very good friend of mine told me a few days ago a crazy story about Starbucks and honey. That's the name of this blog, Starbucks and Honey. He said he went to Starbucks, went to get a coffee, went to get a tea, went with his friend, and he asked for honey. And the clerk said, well, I like you too, but you should call me by my first name. I have a little name tag. You have to call me Honey. So he asked, he's like, I like to have honey in my tea. Probably not coffee. Who puts honey in coffee? Maybe he does put honey in coffee. I don't know. So he said, I'd like to have some honey in my tea. And the girl said, we can't put honey in tea. We'll give you a little package of honey. You have to put the honey in the tea. And my friend said, but if you give me the package, I'm going to get honey all over my hands. I open the honey. You know what happens. It gets all that sticky. What are you going to do then? It's right. Yeah, it gets sticky from the honey, and then you have to put it. When I go to for barbecue ribs with Andrea, the sauce gets all over my hands. I ask for a glass of water, then I dip my hands in the water like a finger bowl. And she said, why don't you just use the wipes? I said, because the wipes aren't enough. My hands are all full of sauce. So I take the water, I pour it all over my hands. I dip the hands in the glass. That's what I do. I dip my hands in the glass. And she says, it's horrible, it's disgusting. People are looking at you. I said, if people are looking at me, putting my hands in a cup of water, that's how interesting their lives are. They have to look at me. And I'm flattered and honored that people are looking at me. That's the craziest thing. Because I don't look at anybody. Oh, I'll look at a hot girl. That's about it. All right, so he wanted honey in the tea. And they said, we can't put honey in the tea. Isn't Starbucks a $1 billion company? And you get Howard Schultz on the phone for me, please. Even though Howard Schultz retired, he's no longer the CEO. And you find out who the CEO of Starbucks is and let him know we have to start putting honey in tea. When customers ask for my good friend who asked for the honey in the tea, I want all Starbucks to start putting honey in tea. Like when that happened in Philadelphia, some guys were sitting in there and they told them to leave, and they said, we don't want to leave. People come in to use the men's room. Howard Schultz said, everybody can go to Starbucks to use the men's room. That's what he said. Everybody can go to Starbucks to use the men's room. Just can't give you honey. So I'm going to have to get in touch with the new CEO and say, look, we got to start a new rule here. We have to close it, because they closed down when they wouldn't let those guys in Philadelphia I don't know what they all closed down one day. Starbucks here. Isn't this a beautiful day out here? Look at this gorgeous day. Look at this. Beautiful. What am I doing here? I should be in Las Vegas. I should be in, well, I'm in Las Vegas, but I should be in Niagara Falls. I was going to go today, but I was there a few days ago. I have so many, so much going on. I have to catch up. I just can't. I'm not Howard Hughes yet. I will be, but I'm not Howard Hughes yet. Look how beautiful this day is. Look at this, gorgeous. Hold on a second. Look at this, beautiful. Look, isn't that beautiful? Look at it, gorgeous. It's either gorgeous because I'm looking at through these sunglasses, these Maui Jim sunglasses. Beautiful. Yeah, he's beautiful too. Just what I want to be doing. So they closed out all the Starbucks, but they had to have a conversation how to treat their customers. You know about this? It was last month, and we're closing down today to have a conversation how to deal with the customers. They have to have a conversation. How long has Starbucks been in business? They don't know how to deal with the customers? Now they're having a conversation. How long has Starbucks been around? 10 years, 15 years, 20 years? How long has Starbucks been around? They're having a conversation 20 years later how to deal with the customers. So my friend wanted honey. They said, we can't give you honey. You have to pour your own honey. My friend said, I don't want to pour the honey. It's going to get all over my hands. But he wanted honey in a tea. And he's right. Shouldn't have that white sugar. It's terrible for you. So the story I heard was, he said, we'll go to McDonald's. They'll give us honey. So they went to McDonald's to get tea, honey and tea, whatever. They said, we'd like to have tea. And they said, all right. And they said, we'd like you to put the honey in the tea. They said, okay, we'll do that. See, because McDonald's gives you better service than Starbucks. See, McDonald's, they don't have to close down to treat their customers. They know how to treat their customers. When you ask for honey and tea, they put the honey in the tea. Except here's the crazy part, the story that I heard. They put the honey in the tea, and then my friend's friend said, "Could I get a little spoon so I could stir the honey?" They said, "Sure." They gave him a spoon. You know those taste tester spoons they give you at Baskin and Robbins? You want to taste the ice cream? They give you a little pink spoon. It's about 2 inches. It's for Tom Thumb. That's the kind of spoon they gave him. A little tiny ice cream spoon. And my dog's very busy here. Look at this. He's taking in. Look at this. You relaxing? He's relaxing. Very nice. How's this work? So, McDonald's put the honey in the tea. He said, "Oh, this is fantastic." They put the honey in the tea. It's excellent service. I don't have to get the honey all over my hands. It's wonderful. But I like to stir the tea because the honey is in the bottom of the teacup. And he got a big teacup of tea. So I can't taste the honey. I can't taste the sweetness. I got to stir it. Can I get a stirrer or a spoon? And I guess McDonald's said, "We don't have stirrers. We're not Starbucks. You can go to Starbucks." And I said, "Yeah, but they won't put honey in the tea." So the clerk at McDonald's said, "Well, here's a little spoon." So they gave him, and when she said little, she meant little. The story I heard was he gave my friend's friend this little tiny spoon and to stir the tea. But it's a large cup of tea and the spoon is small. So the spoon doesn't go to the bottom of the tea. So he can't stir the honey. So it's like not having a spoon. It's like they pour the honey in, it goes to the bottom of the tea like molasses. And it just sits there. So you don't get the sweetness till you finish the tea. When you get to the bottom of the tea, you say, "Oh, this tastes fantastic." Before that, it tastes like seltzer. Now go to subscribe to my channel. Now you know, when you go to Starbucks, if you want honey, they'll give you honey, they just won't put it in. You have to put it in. See, when you go to Starbucks, first you have to pay $125 for a cup of coffee. And then when you ask honey, they wouldn't put the honey in. You got to put your honey in. First, you figure for $125 they would put the honey in for you. No. You got to put the honey in. Maybe if you tipped the girl another $50, she'd put the honey in. It's the stupidest thing I ever heard. Why can't they put the honey in? They put everything else in. They put the cream and they put that syrup, whatever it is, that they push the button, they have syrup. I don't know what those syrup pumps, whatever they do there. They have coffee, they have drinks. Oh, they have honey, they just won't put it in. Because they don't want to get their hands sticky either. That's what it is. They said, "Why should we get our hands sticky? You get your hands sticky." So they give you a little package of honey. I'm going to go to Starbucks today. I'm going to say, "Hello." They say, "Can I help you?" Yes. I'd like a grande, bonde, conde, lande, conde, chande. Why can't they just say, "Hi, can I help you?" Yes, yeah, I'd like a cup of coffee. "Oh, is that a lande, conde, fande, zande? Makiaki, lakadaki, bakadaki, kakikaki." Why can't they say, "I'd like a cup of coffee"? Can't say it. I have to take a language class when I go to Starbucks. I can't think of the company that does the languages. It's not Evelyn Wood. Evelyn Wood teaches you how to read fast reading, speed reading. But who's the company that teaches you languages? What's that? Something is a second language. What do they have here in Toronto? Something, SL, something. I don't know. You have to be from Europe to order a cup of coffee at Starbucks. So, "Hello, I'd like to have a cup of coffee." Now, is that a grande, fonde, vente, grande, blonde? I just want a cup of coffee. Okay, that'll be $550. You know how much it costs? That's so stupid. I said, "Could you put some honey in?" "Sure, here's the honey. You have to put it in." "But I just paid you $675 for a cup of coffee. Can't you put the honey in?" "No, you have to put the honey in." "What if I give you another $300? "Okay, we'll put the honey in." So you go to McDonald's. I said, "Geez, look, I like to have honey in my tea. But it's going to go over my hands." "I know, I'll go to McDonald's." "Hello, I like to have a cup of tea." "Oh, fantastic." Then McDonald's says, "Is that a vande, bande, conde, lande?" I said, "How much is a cup of tea?" "That'll be 25 cents. McDonald's is cheap. I get a whole big iced coffee for $1. If I went to Starbucks, what did I do here? Hold on. Look at this. If I went to Starbucks and I said, I'd like to have a large iced coffee, the same size I get at McDonald's, I'd have to get a line of credit. And they still won't put the honey in. Now, so then you go to McDonald's and you say, I'd like a cup of tea. Okay, that'll be 15 cents. Oh, fantastic. And could you put honey in? Of course we could put honey in. For the service, for your 15 cents, of course we're going to put the honey in. They put the honey in. Then you drink the tea. You say, I don't taste the honey. Well, that's because the honey went to the bottom of the cup. Oh, could I have a spoon? Of course you could have a spoon. This is McDonald's. We'll give you everything. For 15 cents, you get a cup, you get the tea, you get the honey, you get the spoon. Wonderful. But they give you a spoon for the size of the Munchkins in The Wizard of Oz. They give you a tiny spoon, like a taste tester spoon, but your cup's a tea is as big as this tree here. Look, it's as big as this tree. This tree here. For 15 cents, you get a big cup of tea. It's fantastic. They just don't have any spoons that reach the cup of tea. Somebody at McDonald's said, listen, we have to give our customers great value. When they want a cup of tea, we're going to give them a cup of tea. We're going to give them, this is not England where they could take a little tea cup and they sip with their, like Austin Powers, with their pinky out and they have a little tiny sip and it's all gone. This is McDonald's. We'll give you, everything is big at McDonald's. We're going to give you a gigantic cup of tea. Fantastic. But the spoons, somebody screwed up on can you get me Ray Kroc on the phone, please? And you get me Ray Kroc on the phone. We got to discuss. We got to have the size of the spoon as big as the cup of tea. Ray Kroc's the founder of McDonald's. Or get me, who's the actor and the founder? Can never remember. He played in Batman. Can never remember his name. Not Bruce. What's his name? Michael. I think, whatever his name is. Get me the actor that's in the founder, Andrea, please. We got to discuss. We have to have the spoons the same size as the cup of the tea. That way, when you get a cup of tea and you put honey in, you can stir the honey. Right now, the honey's in the bottom of the tea. What good is it? So you have two choices. When you want a cup of tea, what did I do this again? When you want a cup of tea, you can go to Starbucks and get your hands all sticky. But you say, oh, this tea is delicious. Look at it. I taste the honey throughout the tea. What a great cup of tea at Starbucks. It only cost me $5,000. Or you go to McDonald's and you get a cup of tea, a gigantic cup of tea, 10 times the size of a cup of tea that you get at Starbucks. And they'll even put the honey in. Wonderful service. Just can't taste the tea. Can't taste the tea with the honey because the honey's all in the bottom. And Starbucks doesn't have spoons that reach the bottom of the tea. McDonald's doesn't have, what the hell am I saying? McDonald's doesn't have spoons that reach the bottom of the cup. Who devised this system? Do you know anyone that can come up with a bullshit story like this regarding honey and cups and teas? So you got two options. You want tea and honey, you go to Starbucks. Your hands will be sticky all day. Plus, you'll have to take out a second mortgage on your house. Or you can go to McDonald's, and they'll give you the cup, and they'll put the tea in. You have clean hands all day. You just can't taste the honey. Go to subscribe to my channel. I need 10 billion followers. We're making David Bronstein the YouTube star that he thinks he is, that he will be, that he should be. And tune in tomorrow for the next David Bronstein YouTube blog, because I'm going to be talking about coffee at, you know, I went to my doctor. I said, doctor, every time I drink coffee, I get a terrible pain in my eye. The doctor said, Dave, the next time you drink coffee, take the spoon out of the cup. Dave's YouTube star. Tell your friends, make this video go viral, and let's make our billions together. Goodbye.